It must have been in 1904 that I was sitting in my study in Barton Street, Westminster, when a hansom drove up to the door. It was before the days of taxis, and Mr. Dearmer was announced. I just knew his name vaguely as a parson who invited tramps to sleep in his drawing room, and I wondered if he was going to ask me to do the same. But he had not come to me about tramps. He went straight to the point and asked me to edit the music of a hymn book. I protested that I knew very little about hymns. You see, I've been an organist. But he said all the same that my name had been recommended to him, and he told me that there were 8 founders to the hymn book, a committee of 8 clerics, and they had between them put down £5 each for expenses, and that my part of the work would probably take about 2 months. After thinking it over for 24 hours, I decided to accept, only to find that the work occupied me 2 years, and that my bill for clerical expenses alone came to £250. In many hymnals, the first idea of the musical editors seems to have been to include as many as possible new tunes by the editor himself and his friends. I myself avoided the specially composed tune, so far as I could. Of course, in the case of a very peculiar meter, this was impossible. I then had recourse to well-known contemporary composers, for choice, not church composers. I also, contrary to my principles, contributed a few tunes of my own, but with becoming modesty, I attributed them to my old friend Mr. Ernon. While trying to include all the good tunes, I did my best to eliminate the bad ones. This was difficult, because I was not entirely my own master. My committee insisted that certain very popular tunes should be retained. I have been blamed for using adaptations of folk tunes for hymn purposes, but this is surely an age-old custom. Tiesto has proved, to my mind conclusively, that certain church melodies of the Middle Ages were adapted from secular tunes. For example, the Tonus Peregrinus. A new edition of English hymnal was brought out in 1933. In this edition, I had the invaluable advice and help of Martin Shaw, and was able to introduce some of his fine tunes, which were not extant in 1906. The latest version of the English hymnal, 1950, contains a supplement of hymns for use in Scotland.